What is going on, everyone? VladKilljoy here. Fortnite Season 2 is wrapping up in just under a week now, and there's a lot of downtime to be had. Also, going into Season 3, we'll probably have another 2 to 3 week preseason, so this is the perfect time to start improving while there's no tournaments going on. In this video today, I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can do to try and improve for Season 3. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I know we all know that doing the creative maps, there's a ton of them out there that you can do to improve your mechanics, your aim. There's already been a ton of videos done by that. I've even done a few on the channel. But what a lot of people don't talk about is actually optimizing your binds. I had a few binds that weren't completely optimal, so I decided to go through and optimize my binds. Since it is off season, it's the perfect time to actually go in and practice out the new binds without having to be, stressed with tournaments and whatnot. I have turned off edit on release. This is probably the biggest change that I've done personally, because now I've had to bind a confirm bind, which you can see over here. I have it as right on D-pad, but that's okay because I've actually got it mapped to one of my paddles. So I actually confirm with one of my paddles, my top paddle up here. So I can select, and then as soon as I release, or even before I release, I can hit the confirm button and confirm that edit. It actually ends up making it a lot faster than having edit on release, because you don't have to take your finger off the trigger to release and confirm. I've also changed my sprint bind and my crouch bind. Now I've put sprint on down on right stick, and my crouch is also on right on D-pad, which, as we talked about already, is one of my paddles. So I crouch with one of my paddles because previously I had crouch on down on right stick, but that made it a little bit difficult to kind of crouch spam and also aim at the same time. So now that I don't have it on my right stick, I'm actually able to aim a bit better when taking bloom fights or something. I can crouch, make it harder for them to hit me, while also being able to, keep my shot kind of steady on them, right? Also, I changed my pickaxe from, I think I used to have it right on D-pad actually, to left, down on left stick, to kind of free up that paddle so I can use that for, crouch and confirm whenever I'm in my edit menu. And it's still really easy for me to get to when I'm pressuring boxes, trying to take walls, whatever the case may be, without actually having to take my finger off for that split second to hit the pickaxe button. And I know there are a ton of people out there that do use edit on release, and a lot of people say it's preference, but I've started actually seeing a lot of top tier controller pros use edit on release off, which means they have a confirm bind. And slowly it's starting to become a pattern here that a lot of the top tier controller pros are starting to go to the double edit binds versus having edit on release on, simply for the fact that I mentioned earlier, it can be a lot quicker once you get the hang of it. And let me tell you what, when you change your binds, even one bind, let alone 4 or 5 like I did, right? You will be a absolute potato when you play Fortnite for at least a week or longer, depending on how much you actually go into creative and practice your mechs to kind of get used to your binds again. It's absolutely crazy the difference that it's made for me personally. This week time that I've had these binds different, it's allowed me to play a bit more methodically. I actually have to think about what I want to do before I do it, instead of being yeah, let me edit out this side, even though that might not be the best thing, because I could do it quickly with edit on release. It was like nothing to just do it. Now I'm able to actually hold that edit if I want to before actually making the decision whether or not I want to push out. It's really good for when you're setting up peaks. So when you go to make the peanut butter edit, the top 3 corner, it is nearly impossible with edit on release to make that edit be fully behind the wall and have good crosshair placement as well when trying to line up your shot after making the edit. With double edit binds, however, you can grab that edit, get behind the wall, line up your crosshair, confirm that edit, and then automatically just jump, shoot before they even know what's going on. I like how it feels. Obviously, I'm still, you know, in the testing period of it, but I feel like once I get it down, it's going to improve me as a player. And I mean, everybody's different. Edit on release is all going to be preference, if you will. But, you know, with this being the off season, I would say if you want to try out any kind of new binds, new settings, go ahead and do that now while you have time, while there's no tournaments or anything like that going on. There's not really challenges you have to do. Go ahead, change up your settings if you'd like, and try them out. The worst thing that can happen is you just go back to your old settings and act like nothing happened. But if you change your settings, it could dramatically improve your gameplay, which would make you a better player. There are a ton of people out there that are really good mechanically that I see struggle because their binds are unoptimal. And with simple changes to their binds to make them a bit more optimal would actually increase their skill level. Optimal binds is the way to go if you want to improve at this game. If you do not have optimal binds, you can still improve, but it's going to be a lot harder for you. So why make it harder on yourself to improve when Fortnite is a very difficult game? There's a very high skill ceiling, a ton of things that you have to kind of keep in mind, you know, at all times when playing. Mat count, ammo count, you know, awareness, rotations, positioning. So why play with unoptimal binds? But that's all I got for you today, guys. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe, and let me know whether or not y'all decide to change your binds up or settings down below in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.